Good morning, everyone. Happy Jupiter Day. This is Lolo Moon, and welcome to my channel. So this is your this is your June 30th message. I'm like jumping ahead a month. Let's see what's going on. We're going to focus on your abundance today because it is Jupiter Day. It's Thursday. You have new beginnings. Don't we just love that energy? And healing chaos. So this card kept showing up when I was shuffling. And I was like, I just know this card is going to come out. So the animals want to speak today. I was like digging in the garage to find my animal decks. So that's what's going on today. We're going to see what they have to say. You have the Hanged Man. You have the Ten of Wands. So far we're seeing the chaos, and now we're seeing coming out of it with the Judgment card. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh. The Six of Cups. Six of Cups. I feel like you're healing from... I want to say the past. I feel like that's pretty general. Let's kind of see, though. Let's see how that plays out. The Four of Cups. So, okay, past disappointments. Past disappointments. Don't we love that? We're going to get you one more oracle message here because I felt like this one wanted to be used. Focusing on abundance, spirit. Gratitude. Okay, so you have new beginnings and gratitude. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. Speaking to spirit. And then you have humility on the bottom of the deck, and then worth was on the split. And so I feel a little bit like whatever's been happening in your life, they're kind of telling you to just recognize that nobody is perfect. Everybody goes through things. You could have your life together and everything could still fall apart. Everybody has tower moments in their life. Everybody experiences delays. This is the tower, the chaos, the tornado. You are only what's the saying? We're only one paycheck away from being homeless or something like that. I don't know if that's the phrase, but seriously, especially in the rising inflation. I don't know what's happening with my words today. They are just getting jumbled, but I feel like you know what I mean. It could happen to anyone, whatever you've been experiencing. And I feel like that's where the humility comes in, because it's that's just part of life, the ups and downs, right? And I feel like you're overcoming something. For some of you, you literally went through a natural disaster. And who can plan that? You know what I mean? And yeah, people say to have savings and all of that, but it's not always feasible for people because you never know what's going on in somebody's life. They could have been experiencing chronic illness for the whole year prior to being in a natural disaster and spent all of their money on medical bills. You just don't you don't know. You never know what's going on in somebody's life, right? But I definitely feel like they're saying to humble yourself and know that you're doing the best that you can. And I feel like the new beginnings in your life, it's I do feel like you're coming out of that. It may have taken some time. It could have taken 10 months even. 10 months to a year to finally, come back around. But you're coming out of it with that Judgment card. And I feel like you're finally able to just leave the disappointments in the past, leave the struggles in the past as you, and it's really interesting. I've never seen a Hanged Man card where they're being given coins, pentacles. So you could have literally been waiting on something to work out financially. And you could be deciding to move after that with that Ten of Wands. We are going to get some clarification. Tell me about the Hanged Man. What is that? Oh, the World? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, and that's it right there. You see the snake? you're shedding the skin of the past, and then there's a new one, like a new, with the egg, there's something new that is beginning for you. Literally, we have the new beginnings. Like, you're shedding the chaos that you were experiencing in your life. And then you have Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Like, this is like a victory for you. This is a huge accomplishment to overcome this. And I feel like, because I feel like you made the right decisions for yourself. And, you know, other people may not always agree with those decisions. I'm going to put the Six of Wands out because it showed up twice now. People may not always agree with your decisions, but I mean, if it comes with this victory, if it comes with this accomplishment, like, I feel like you are being sort of rewarded for your good decisions. Maybe you're learning how to make better decisions. Like, you're seeing things from a different perspective. It could be like how you know, what you do with your money. Like, you know, perhaps you are working more on saving. Like, that was something that was very difficult for you to do in the past, and now you're being more diligent with it. The King of Swords is a very diligent person. Okay, what's the Ten of Wands about? Literally the Ten of Wands. Okay. Yeah, we hear you. But see, the Eight of Cups here, it's like you are leaving that behind. You are moving past it, you know? And I love how the water is like making this 8. And 8 is the number of abundance. It's the abundant flow of energy. And I feel like you are just filled with gratitude at this new beginning, because I feel like it's taken a while, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Oh yeah, and remember, like, on the split was the Worth card. Oh, I just saw self-love. So yeah, that could have been something that you were dealing with in this time, is learning how to love yourself through disaster, through mistakes, through other people's opinion of you. Like how you spend your money, or your financial situation, or, you know, whatever. The Sun card and the Wheel of Fortune just came out. Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, so that's what I see. Like, with this energy right here, like, you can choose. You see how they're all, like, one is facing us, and then the other one is up. And I really do, I see this card, and I think that this is why I was called to pull this deck, is because this card is actually what kind of changed the way that I look at the Nine of Wands. And I feel like you can choose to either, you know, look at situations, look at life from, you know, the place of, like, illumination, light, truth, or you can look at it from your wounds, okay? It's like you can look at it from, like, the space of a victim, or you can look at it like, I have more power than I think, right? And I kind of feel like that's what's happening for you, is that you're seeing that you can shift your mindset, especially in regards to, like, maybe people who have certain things to say about you. Like, you can shift your mindset and say, okay, well, you're allowed to think whatever the hell you want to think, but that's not my truth. That can be your truth about me, and that's cool, keep that, but it's not mine. And then you have the Sun card. So that's what I mean. I feel like you're looking at it from, like, the space where, like, you know, you're facing the sun, you're letting it shine on you, you're letting the truth be revealed to you, you're letting it illuminate you. You know, it's a very enlightenment type energy. Like, you're seeing things from a higher perspective and choosing to take the high road. And regardless of, like, what people say, or regardless of your circumstances, and even if it's not things that people, like, you know, verbally say to you, it could just be things that are swimming around in your subconscious. And I feel like you're choosing to, like, reframe that and say, no, actually, that's not what I believe. That's their truth. It's not my truth. And I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. Because the game is changing for you. And I feel like you're not giving people as much power as you may have given them in the past. Even, like I said, even if they're not even present, like, they're just in your head taking up, you know, free rent space. yeah, and I feel like now you've learned some really valuable lessons with this Page of Pentacles. Like, I feel like you've kind of taken stock of everything and you've decided like what is, what is your truth and what is not. You've allowed yourself to be humble and say, yeah, I've made mistakes, or I could have, now I could do things a little differently, but I know that I did the best that I could, that kind of thing. And I feel like it's like this self-healing process that you've been going through. It kind of shifts you into like a more abundant flow of energy, and you get to start over. Like, you just get to start over with the clean slate. And then the Magician's on the bottom of the deck. Like, I feel like your manifestations, or whatever you're speaking into existence, is starting to come true for you. And before or even what you're thinking about, right? Because the Magician is thoughts too. And before, you may have given so much weight to whatever, like whoever is in your head or whoever is in your environment that says this, that, and whatever, or whatever shame you may have carried about like how you handled situations and what you would have liked to have done differently and all of that stuff. You may have like given too much of your energy to that, and then now now it's like you have this clean slate, you have this brand new perspective, this brand new lease on life. Lease on life is what I'm getting. Brand new lease on life. And it just changes, it changes everything. It's like you just have this major aha moment, and like this new beginning in your life is just like clear, clean, fresh. Let's see. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I was trying to say. The Magician, whenever you give too much weight to what other people think, or whatever this perception is that you hang on to that's rooted in something that somebody said, it's like you manifest more of that, And now I feel like you're manifesting more of this awakened mindset, like this being sort of free from whatever junk was in your mind or in your environment before. I do feel like you've taken the time to gather your own truth and wisdom on the situation and what you believe with this Hermit energy. You could have literally needed to take a time out from people. But what I love about the Hermit, is that it's number 9, and number 9 is a number that I use for manifestation. Because it is the manifestation number. And I kind of feel like the Hermit goes within and figures that secret out, because I feel like the Hermit kind of, takes some time, cuts off from everyone, and realizes how much other people, whether present or not, played a role in the experiences in the Hermit's life. And now the Hermit's okay, I want to be the one. I want to be the one that is going to manifest and be in charge of my own life. And the Wheel of Fortune is right after the Hermit. It changes the game. This time out that you've had, however long, it could have been an hour. It could have been a year. It could have been 2 years. It could have been 10 to 12 months. However long this was, it changed things. It changed the game for you in the way that it helped you see that you have more power than you think you do, and that it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary to give so much power over to what other people have to say, or what they think, or what they've said in the past about your life. And I feel like whatever delays and burdens that you were dealing with, those voices just got louder and louder and louder. And they started to impact you in a way that it was like you had to take this time out, you had to, so that you could ask yourself, are they right? And in some cases they are. In some cases they are. But that's where humility comes in. But then you can also let go and detach from their opinion and understand and give yourself grace and accept that you are doing the best you can with what you have. And that you can learn lessons, you can grow, you can evolve. People who are not growing and not evolving like they're the ones who sit around and judge everybody else for what they do with their lives because they can't look within. At least you can. You know what I mean? At least you can. So, tell me one more card about the Judgment. The Hierophant. Oh, wow. This is some really incredible, like, spiritual awakening kind of energy. The Hierophant, the Hermit, and the Judgment card. I really do feel like it's the brand new eyes energy. And it's like, I'm not going to let anything drag me down. I just looked up at the sun and I was like, literally nothing can stop the sun from rising. I mean, it can try to block the sun, the clouds can try to block the sun, but nothing can stop the sun from rising. You know what I mean? So it's like nothing can really stop you from rising, only if you allow it. And people damn sure will try. They will come at you swinging full force. Haters, you know, just trying to bring you down to their level of misery. They will try, and you have a choice to let them. You can give them that kind of power, or you can say, good luck with your misery. I hope that, you know, it suits you. I hope it helps you sleep at night. Like, whatever, do what you need to do, but I'm not going to let it hold me down. And I do feel like you have that choice, and it's really sort of miraculous what happens. Okay, what happens is that I feel like you get a couple of opportunities in your life. You get more choices, like more choices become available to you, and you have choices to operate out of a heart space, to chase your passions, to start over and live in the abundant mindset and attract that to you. Because you're going to be better. You will be better at manifesting that when you start to quiet the other voices in your mind or in your life. You know, when you do not give weight to them anymore, it's easier to manifest, right? And I feel like you end up having more choices in your life than I feel like you may have ever had. Or maybe you just didn't see them before. And it can, I feel like, based on the cards that I see here, it can get overwhelming because then you're like, oh no, like what do I do? Like I have all these choices available to me. Like having too many abundant choices, like if that's your biggest problem, then is that really a problem? But I do feel like you're capable of making the decision moving forward that's going to best suit your heart, and that is going to offer you like the long-term security, staying in the abundant flow. I do feel like you will make that decision, but I just feel like it's kind of awesome what happens, because like as soon as you let go of this weight with people, and as soon as things start to change with you, you have the Judgment, Hermit, Hierophant, Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, the High Priestess over here on the bottom of the deck. Like you just inherently know what's best for you, and you were able to move in that direction from a heart space much easier without considering what their opinion is. And hell yeah, you know what I mean? And sometimes people are going to be mad, and that's where it's important to just practice letting go. Okay, because people are not always going to agree with your choices moving forward, but you are going to have more choices, and they are going to be choices that are independent of whatever nonsense has been swimming around in your head and your life in the past. Okay, and that's because of your own healing. And look at all these butterflies. This is a huge transition in your life. You go from a tornado to a rainbow. I feel like you find the right people in your life. I mean, this can honestly be family members, and like, you end up making your friends your family because you just cannot get on board with these people anymore. And this, for some of you, could also be about like love in your life. But I mean, I feel like also it's about self-love, and it's about saying like, I'm just no longer going to align with whatever you have to say about me, because I love myself and I know that I am more capable than you think that I am. And do I make mistakes? Yeah, totally. We all do. But I feel like whatever is coming towards you now that you're able to detach from chaos is something that you are like immensely grateful for. And it does look to be flowing with abundance. And I mean, you just can't get better than ending the reading with the Empress. I just have to say that. So I was guided to get these cards here for you. So we're going to pull one of these oracle messages. I am probably going to have to read out of the book though, but let's see, what messages do you have? All right, that one came out fast. Blessing of Kumu. No good thing shall be withheld. Bro, oh my gosh, like we just cannot get better than this. And also Way of the Divine Feminine Revealed wanted to be revealed. And then that was on the split. And what's this other one right here? Mandala of the Moon. Okay, let's go to this. This is the number 9. Remember what I just said about the number 9? I love it. Okay, so let's look at the book. No good thing shall be withheld. Actually, let me look at the imagery first. Oh, wow. Do you see how this person is like, looks like receiving the blessing? Like that looks like the high priestess, like from the higher self. The high priestess was on the bottom of the deck. I don't know what happened to her. From the higher self. Yeah, I gotta get it because... Did I start shuffling? I guess I started shuffling. But I want to show you. I feel like it's important. Is she over there? There she is. Okay. Alright, do you see how we have an owl here? Okay. The high priestess. This looks like your higher self, right? You are receiving this blessing. And do you see how this person is like completely wide open? And do you remember the butterflies we just talked about? The butterflies are part of the healing from chaos. It's you transforming your life, but it is also you embracing. It could be a community. Like this could be, it doesn't just have to be like, you know, like friends and family and, you know, maybe people you work with, or like if you're in like a community, like a sisterhood or whatever, you know what I mean? This could really just be like your spirit team too. But anyway, you're receiving, like you're wide open to these blessings. Like you're so grateful. And I just noticed Lakshmi is on this. Like you're like, I am so ready to receive, because you've worked out the mess in your mind and you realize that you're totally like worthy of it. You're worthy of the blessing. And that could have caused delays in the past because you weren't entirely sure that you were, because what people had to say about you held so much weight. And that's when you like just dropped to your knees and you accepted yourself, and you accepted the fact that sometimes you need help, and you gave yourself grace. And I mean, honestly, there's nothing, to me, that's like one of the most spiritual things that you can do, is to drop to your knees and be humble and say, I need help. And like, I don't know. That's where it's at for me. So, okay, it says, resources are coming to you now. If you have been in lack, limitation, or anxiety about such things happening, relax and substitute your stress for absolute trust that the universe will provide all good things with generosity and grace. And that is this card right here. It's like, I'm telling you, it's happening. It may have taken a while, but I feel like it took a while because you had to work out some things in your mind. You had to work out some things in your heart, okay, in your solar plexus, with your self-value and your confidence and your worthiness. You had to work out some things. And so it's almost like that's where your energy needed to go. And now that you've gone through that hermit process, now that you've gone through it, okay, now we're in the Wheel of Fortune. Like now the blessings start to come through for you. And I just feel like this, like the kind of energy when you're standing in front of the sun and it's just like the sunrise and it's just so warm on you and you're beaming. It's that level of gratitude that you feel. Okay, I'm going to read one more part. So it says, you were guided into, newness needs to burst through you into startling expressions of abundant life. Newness needs to burst through you into startling expressions of abundant life. I love it. You were guided into unknown territory, guided to go beyond that which you have known yourself and your world to be, so that something original and necessary can be brought to life. The universe knows all that you are in need of, so that you can best attain your destiny. All shall be provided for you. Expand your faith to allow for the greater workings of Great Spirit. Hello, that is just so awesome. Okay, so another part. The universe will provide all good things with generosity and grace. If you find this challenging, take it one step at a time, reprogramming your heart and mind into new habits of peaceful trust. Over and over and over again, they're saying trust, trust, trust. Okay, trust, trust, trust. And I feel like that's kind of what you learn to work out. You've learned how to trust. Okay? You've learned how to tap into that abundant flow and know that things are going to work out for you, regardless of how it looks to people around you, or hell, to the community at large, regardless of how it looks. I love this. I love it so much for you guys, and I hope that this helped. Please be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me so much. And if you are looking for a personal session, as always, you can do so down below. If you do not see a time on my scheduler that fits with your schedule, you can email me and we can set something up. Okay, have a wonderful day. Bye.